Alrighty, what is up guys? Evanaldo here. I wanted to give you an update on Bitcoin, Ethereum, show you what I've been doing lately in the exclusive Discord. So it's been an amazing month, so far. October's been amazing, September's been amazing. I don't know how long these market conditions are going to stay this easy to trade this market, but I'm not complaining. I really like it. Good look here, just a lot of wins right here, just on a nice winning streak. I don't think there's been a loss so far this month or even into kind of last month. So it's just been an amazing streak. Kind of chickened out on a long last night, and the reason was because the 4-day is now printing a yellow X that came up after I entered the long. So I closed the long out early for a small profit. And it could go either way here, but I'm being a little bit more cautious since I'm on such a good winning streak. Why take a chance when you don't have to? So that's what I'm thinking. If you guys are interested in the exclusive Discord, link in the description below. If you guys are interested in trading this market, I negotiated a really good promo for you guys in BITGET. First link down below. There's a couple spots open for the first 10 people. You get a $100 bonus, and you do not have to deposit or trade with very much to get that. Check it out. Link in the description below. Let's get into the TA right now. So looking at this chart, I mean, this is the 4-day. This is where you're getting a yellow X. And yellow X's on any time frame really, above the daily or above are going to be powerful bearish signs usually. Assuming it confirms, you have 3 days to wait. CPI data today was terrible. It was bad. You have other things to worry about. Russia, some things with that could easily bring us down a lot. Historically, look at, even the yellow X's that aren't too bad here still brought you down a good 14%, And let's go all the way back to here. This was in November 2014. So this is probably the only one that didn't bring us down too much. You had a big jump after this, which is possible. We were in kind of a sideways choppy market, but it still was 13%, and then you got your jump up. So we have to pay attention to that. There is a little bit of a case that you could be bottomed out. Full disclosure, I don't think we're bottomed out just yet. I think we have a little bit more ways to go. I think November may be a possible big area where we could hit the bottom here. But, one may argue, this yellow X kind of marked the bottom. You came down. Let's say it's, kind of a mild yellow X. Let's say it's like that 13%. Where would that bring us to? 13% would bring us somewhere around, 17K, which is the huge area I've been talking about. Some people say I've been getting a little repetitive with the 17K. Look, guys, we've been pretty sideways. Not too much is happening. I've been saying 17K when we do break out. It's been a while. We haven't broken out in a while, and it makes sense because we're similar. What we're looking similarly to, where it looks similar to, is this right here. Look at all these, yellow. This big bull and bear fight right here. Nothing really happened. You were just range bound for 10% for a while, for months there. Then he finally broke down. I think it could kind of be the same way. We could be kind of over here right now. And this was September 17th. It's crazy. That took 2 months. I can't believe you were sideways for 2 months. That's going to be really boring. I don't think you're going to go that long. The longest I could really see you going, sideways in this range between, let's say 17K to 20K or 21K is probably another month until after midterms. I think you'll really see, like right after midterms, like a big break out, whether it's up or whether it's down. I think it's going to be down. I just don't see enough evidence for it to be up. Things could obviously change, but I think the odds are more in the favor of it being down. Also, the other thing too, like on a lot of these time frames, typically, if we compare this to the NASDAQ, I'm not going to go on the NASDAQ, but it was 4 yellow X's on, I believe, the weekly and the 7-day in the NASDAQ before you hit the bottom after the .com bubble. So one more yellow X, that could bring us down, 13, 14K. The big area that I'm really looking at, or another 2 on the weekly potentially, one more that brings us down to 16, and you come up a little bit. Another one brings you down to 13, 12. That big area right here. That could ultimately be possible. I think it's going to happen earlier than early next year. My main guess is kind of November. Maybe you just come down deeper with this money flow right here, and then you finally bottom out in November, kind of when we're at this level for a bottom maybe. This is kind of a double-edged sword right here with the money flow on the weekly right there, because on one hand, you could argue that, we've bottomed out from it, but on the other hand, you could be arguing that, see, look, we're like right here, and we got our last, little jump down about 33%. I know some people think we've already hit the bottom. It's possible. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a bad time, for the long term to be buying Bitcoin. But, you know, be careful. We're in an interesting time. We're in some tough times, kind of. 13.5, 400 weekly moving average. I think it's a huge area. I think by the time we hit it, it could be at 13.7, somewhere around there in a month or so, which is going to be a huge, huge area. In between here and kind of we lose the 17K area, in between that, your next big area is going to be around right here. 15, 14, 15K. I think you'll see some type of jump on there, off of there, and then you'll finally hit kind of a bottom area around 13K is what my main guess is. Moving on to some other time frames here, let's look at the 16-day, because if this does roll over, which it might, and you're printing the red dot on Ethereum right now, it would be the first time we've really rolled over, the first time the deep anchor wave on the 16-day didn't mark the bottom. It could mark the bottom. Maybe we get a red one here, but it doesn't make a lower low. But if we do get a red dot here and you make a lower low from it, that's pretty bearish. That means you're probably going to come down to 13K at least. That's what we have to worry about right there. Moving on to some of the lower time frames here, like the daily, kind of neutral in that respect. Kind of choppy, nothing really happening. Getting deep in the daily money flow. Thing was right here, you're sideways a bit, then you broke downwards, so you could see something like that and come back deep into the daily here. Could be possible you come deep into the daily and then bottom out in November, somewhere around mid-November like this after midterms. Where would that bring us down to for a kind of a technical target? It'd be something like this. 42 is a lot, but let's see where that would bring us to if it's like, let's say 42 down from there. That's 12, 11K, 12K, that general area is going to be big. Maybe some wicks down to there, but the main bottom is kind of like, your 13.7K, 400 weekly moving average. Some of these time frames, nothing too crazy happening. Money flow kind of coming up, kind of neutral, especially since we've been so sideways, kind of boring, just indicative of a big bull and bear fight here. A lot of people are buying, people really don't know. Is this the bottom? Is it not? People really are having trouble deciding. Probably a lot of flopping and groping too. So yeah. Right now, your 15-minute money flow crossover or 15-minute money flow is kind of coming down. This could be a potential good short entry if you're not already short on one of these. Never financial advice though, but your 12-minute, your 15-minute, those could be good places to look for potential shorts right now. What I would be looking for, because like I said, especially if that 4-day yellow X does confirm, it may not, but I think it will. You're coming down at least probably 10% here to kind of the 7K. 15K area, which is really, really big. Let's move on to Ethereum right now. And, I think in this environment, Ethereum's and all coins are just going to bleed against Bitcoin. The first time frame I want to show you here is the 16-day. And the 16-day, you're getting that red dot, confirms in 3 days. This will mark the first time that a red dot came on, really quickly after the green dot. And I don't know if we're going to make a lower low from it, but I think if it does confirm in those 3 days, there's a high likelihood that we haven't hit the bottom yet and you're going to make a lower low. This could bring us down a lot. I mean, look at, in your bull run, they didn't play out too well, but we're in the bear market now. Look at what this one was. This was a 52% drop down. So this could bring us down quite a bit. And then if we come down that 52%, 700, 600, these areas, this main spiral line, that's a major, very, very, very rare buying opportunity, probably of a lifetime. That's probably the gains that you would have gotten with Bitcoin in the last bull market you probably could get here. Your 12-day doesn't look too good. I don't like the money flow curvature curving downward. The 10-day as well, I don't like very much at all here. Money flow curving downward. The VWAP's curving up a little bit. I don't know. I think it's just gonna come back down. And then once we finally cross over into the red, I don't think it's going to be as forgiving as this one. I think it's going to be a little bit different this time. I think it's going to be more like this, more like that 50% correction or so, bringing us to the bottom once we finally get into the red, giving us that buying opportunity that we're looking for in a little bit. Even if we've already hit the bottom, ETH Bitcoin looks awful in terms of its valuation. So at minimum, I would be looking to just stack Bitcoin until the end of the year, like another 2 months at minimum, and then reevaluate to see if I really want to get into altcoins. Kind of a double-edged sword with the money flow right here. I mean, if it's like this, kind of where we are with money flow on our 7-day right here, look, that's the case for about a 52% correction right here. 52% would be right to that 600 area, kind of similar analysis as before. Curving back down with the 3-day. Your 2-day, you came up into the money flow here, but we're in a bear market. It's probably not gonna, it could be more like this one. See, more like this rather than, I know this was your pandemic, but still, I mean, the analysis doesn't lie always. Right there, that's 68% down. That's probably the worst case scenario I could see for the next few months. 70% down, something like that. Where's 68% down? 400. I mean, I think it's possible you could come to 300, but I don't think you're gonna come to that low that quickly. 3 to 600 is a big area. Under 300, sorry, it sounds a little weird explaining it, but yeah, I think 6 to 300 is a really big area. Losing kind of this over here, I don't think is very likely. Coming into the 2s, I don't think is very likely. This is kind of like Bitcoin going under 10K, coming this low. Bitcoin at 10K would probably be Ethereum at, like 300, in the 300s. Bitcoin at 13K would probably be ETH at this spiral line, 400 or 500, these areas, 600. That's what I'm thinking. Hope I explained that well enough. And you do have a green dot, coming on your 16-hour. I'm not too, bullish from it. I don't know. It doesn't look to me like they're going to play out too well, especially with that yellow X on Bitcoin. Also, you do have, forgot to show you guys, this blood diamond on the daily that did confirm. I mean, these typically bring you down a lot. I mean, look at that one. That one brought you down a ton right there. That's probably a 40-something percenter correction. That's a 46% correction. Here to here's a 78% correction. That's kind of like worst case scenario type stuff for the next few months. I am not even gonna bother. It's not too likely. 78% from here, I don't think. So yeah. And looking at some of these lower time frames, kind of money flow high, curving down your 30 minutes, same as Bitcoin. 15-minute money flow crossover into the red may be a really good place to look to potentially go long. Let's look at our 10-minute, I guess. Yeah, that's crossing into the red. 12-minute probably also would be a good place to be looking at, as 12-minute to go short. If I said long, go short. Be looking at that, especially with the 4-hour view up curving downward. That's what I'm looking at right now. A little bit of a boring day so far. Swing short on Ethereum for a while, so it's a game of patience, guys. You always want to be patient in this game, so look at that. Also, the daily last name money flow coming into the red. I mean, kind of what we were talking about in Bitcoin earlier. This money flow into the red right here. This was, it's that same trajectory for about 60% correction. Where is 60% from here? Right to that point. That would be interesting. Right to that point, 500 for a potential bottom. Maybe mid-November after midterms, potential area to get in. Even if it's already the bottom. I don't think you're going to be that much higher than we are now after midterms or in a month from now. So be careful. That's what I would say. Never financial advice. Again, guys, if you want to trade, really good promo I negotiated for you on BITGET. Link in the description below. A couple spots open for the first 10 people. If you already have an account, you can create a new one. You need to use a VPN if you're in the US. Also, my exclusive Discord. Been killing it in there lately. Link in the description below. Also, my course, really good course. A lot of people have really liked it. Discount code bearmarket20, evanaldo.com. And Market Cipher, link in the description below. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, please subscribe to the channel. Goodbye.